Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Heat Pedal to the Metal, which if anyone is watching this and they're like, wait a minute, didn't you just upload this? Yes, I did,
you should gaslight them and say no.
No, I didn't. Whatever
No,
you saw was,
multiple people were saying that we did the run-through incorrectly, so I'm not, what's the word? I'm not self-centered enough to be like, I don't care.
Listen, we can put aside our pride on this professional program.
Right. Yeah, so I was like, okay, well, we'll do the run-through correctly, and then do the discussion. Which, if you did watch the discussion, my feelings have not changed whatsoever. This game is fucking fantastic.
Oh, I wish I never played this game.
No, that's because you got last.
I'm just kidding. It's still very fun.
It's one of those games that... and luckily Devin was here, who also played the demo at Gen Con, at least like half a round with a half-assed demoer who couldn't answer a single...
Yeah, I crushed it then too.
I don't think you did. I think Keith won, actually.
I crushed this game.
Yeah,
I'm a real-life racer, so I'm good at this game.
Did you not see the car he pulled up in?
Yeah, his Honda Civic
He's
or
got,
whatever
like,
it is.
those-
My Chevy Cruze, thank you very much.
He's got Hot Wheel flames, like, on the side of the car.
No, we talked about it in the
Just
run.
had
Devin's the
like stick on a
slowest.
spoiler.
This is why I don't let Devin drive anywhere, because I'm like, dude, I would like to get there.
Oh, you give people
I
whiplash!
like to relax while I drive. I just want to zone out, speed limit, and
That's
slow
also
lane,
safe.
just...
Listen, if there's a time you want to dissociate...
Oh shit, did I remind the ditch? No, this was one where I was not going to get this game because I walked away from the demo thinking that was fine. But because the demoer was one of those that he didn't have a passion for the company or the game. He was just like, oh, this is a free trip.
Oh, so how do they pick their demoers?
You can sign up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can just kind of, and most of the time they just want people, you have to learn their game.
Yeah.
So, but he was one of those guys that would be like, that would kind of like quickly just kind of teach you the rules and then smoke you at it.
Oh.
And I'm like, dude, you're a dick. No one's wanting to buy this game because you just were like, I'm better than you.
See, that's why you think they'd vet their...
Well, I was asking, hey, how many maps are there going to be? Because if a race game, like, you need to have a ton of maps. And he's like, I don't know. Any other way to play the game?
And
I
then
don't
you
know.
pulled out this bad boy.
Yeah, so the reason why I ended up picking it up is because I watched a review over it, and they were talking about, okay, there's 4 maps in the box. There's all these advanced play with, like a garage module, which has upgrade cards like fuel and brakes, and
That's cool.
and then there's the Legends module, which is the AI system, and then they have weather and road conditions, and a championship system where there's like a tournament. So like that would
cool.
like we'd play multiple maps, and like you would have gotten like 6 points to continue, and that's all in the core box.
Yeah.
And in the insert, it actually has a spot for like 2 more racers, so you know the company is going to make more content. And I'm like, well, shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to get this game.
Really?
Yeah, I
It
had
is
a lot
fun.
of fun,
It's a good
and
one.
it's pretty straightforward to pick up.
Yeah.
I really like this.
It's the first race game that I've played that is actually feels like a race. Like, yeah, like you straightaways, you open it up and you take off, and then it's like, oh, I'm in the lead. But then like it always comes down to like a point where it's like, oh, well, I don't know who's gonna win. Like they're just like, and depending on the map, like Great Britain, it's like, okay, yeah, like if you can get past the corner, then you open it up, but then everyone else can open it up, and then they slow down, and everyone bottlenecks around here. It's just like you're invested the entire time. Kat, what do you think?
I still think it's just as fun. I think it's easier with the slipstreaming because I was letting you and Keith just do all the technical work for me because I was like, I don't fucking get it. Like,
Yeah.
So now that we know how to properly slipstream in like the turn order, because like obviously we were doing our turns correctly, we were just not doing them in sequence.
Yeah, so
correctly.
the biggest mistake we made in the original run-through was we were kind of doing everything. Like, we were doing, okay, there's step 1 and 2, but then it would be like, okay, step 3, it's you, then me. And then, okay, now we do step 4. But then that started not make sense, so then we were kind of like, okay, I guess we'll just kind of spitball it when it comes to... But then you just realize, oh, well, that wouldn't make sense if, like, you moved after Kat and then she got to slipstream.
Right.
It's like,
So then it's like, hang on a second. That's not very fun. So it made it more fluid, definitely. So I mean, I still it's still just as fun. It's cleaner now,
Yeah.
obviously.
And what's really cool is it doesn't bog the game down, like doing
No,
it
it
that
made
way.
it better.
It was just like, okay, yeah, quickly do. Who's in the lead? Okay, yep.
Yeah.
We'll start with it's Devin. Devin, do your turn.
It's just a nice. It's a put together game, and I'll say it again. I thought I was gonna hate it because I was like, this is the dumbest thing. This is the stupidest theme.
It's so odd though. I'm like in it the
Yes,
whole time. I'm like
yes.
excited.
You should've
I'm like,
seen.
oh, buddy.
I was a
Right.
different person when we played this with Keith. I was like so invested. I was like hovering over the table. I was like, look at me go! Like,
yeah.
And you know I'm not that way usually.
No, and it's like
I
there-
hate board games.
And the cool thing about this game is because it is so fast. There are other racing games where it just feels like tedious, and it's like, are we like bike pedaling? Like, why are we so? Are we like? Why is everything so slow? Why does this feel like it's just too busy? And this is just so clean and efficient that even if you lose, like I didn't even place, I would have placed 5th or 6th. I don't care. Like, and most of the time there are a lot of people who think that way for a lot of games. They're like, I don't really care if I lose, or I don't really care about these problems because the game's so quick. And I'm not one of those gamers. I'm like, well, I feel like I still wasted my time, and here I don't. It was like, because I can think, okay, I was just one turn behind. I was one good hand versus your bad hand of me being able to come around here and equally open it up, because I was holding larger cards to try and get around here. I was just unfortunately in that moment of like at one point I had like 4 or 5 heat in my hand, and that can happen. But it's like, okay, cool. That took less than an hour to play.
This game, I really love the feel of it. Like it feels so thematic. Like you are in the race. It's so
Right.
fun. I love the gear shifting, the
think
penalties, the heat. So your car's not responding as well as you're overheating. And
One thing that I super duper love that they did as well to like keep you in the theme is that we all have like our own different little charms on our
Yeah.
cars.
Oh yeah, on our dashboard.
And it's just so cute.
Right. And this is all, and we're not even talking about any of the modules. Like,
Yeah, because fuck them.
like this
Like,
was just
this
core
is
game
core
with
game.
AI.
Yeah.
yeah, that I guess the Legends module is technically an advanced system, and we'll talk about them in a sec. But no, this is just
Yeah.
core game, not using the stack of upgrades. That's like, oh, brakes that's a 1 to 3. So if you're like want to try and open it up, or you can play brakes with a stress, and then your stress is a 4, and you're like, oh shit, and then you can be like, okay, then hit the brakes and make it a 1. And if it's like a lower number, you can use it as a 3. Fuel is racing fuel is high. I don't know what that does, but there's other ways, and you can draft these as well. So like, there's cards just in there that's just extra heat.
So we could just build up our own
Yeah,
custom deck.
everyone has a unique
That's really cool.
engine or a car setup. So it's like, if we're drafting, I can sit there and be like, okay, because everyone has, like, based off this map, we have 6 heat. You guys could have 6 heat and some upgrades. I could have 10 heat. So that means I can just really blow past this corner and just whoop.
Yeah. Well, my hand's all heat.
Yeah, but then I have to manage that. Yeah, I thought this game, when I played it at the demo, I was like, this is going to be one of those games that's too random for my liking. Like, based off kind of like the deck management, where it's like, oh man, I got a really bad hand, that sucks, and I have to kind of come down, and so now I'm out of the race. But no.
Yeah, I mean, with the way the shifting of the gears, you just get more cards, so then you're more likely, and then the option to cycle out cards that you don't want. I mean, short of your heat, which is your penalty for pushing it too hard.
Right, and stress as well if you're
And I like how when you take the penalties of heat, you know you're not going to feel it for a little bit until later. So it's like you can kind of like, okay, I've got this much time. And it's like, okay, I've got some turns coming up. I can actually afford a smaller hand for a little bit before I need to recover.
Right.
I love this game. I will buy it as soon as it's available. It's a really good time.
Yeah, it's one of those games that everyone is searching for.
Yeah.
And obviously people are jacking up the price. Well, what's also cool is the stress cards aren't technically like that bad. In fact, if you know your deck is riddled with heat, stress can kind of bypass some of that.
Right,
So it doesn't clog up your
exactly.
hand.
And that helps, like, some of the randomness in a way. So it's like they're not just completely wasted. And the fact that it has to be a speed card, so it's going to be a 1 through 4.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to draw into your 0. You're going to draw into... You might skip your 5, though, which would
happened.
suck.
That happened on one of my stresses when I needed a 5. I skipped past it. And I think I subconsciously was thinking, I bet that's going to bite me. Because
Yeah.
I think it was around this turn here. When I needed to open up, I stressed and I threw past my 5, and I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
Because then I had to kind of do the 4s and 3s. I'm like, God.
Yeah, that gamble.
But it's cool, because if you do have that bad luck, it's one of those, well, that was my decision. Like, I chose to play the stress to risk it. This is a push your luck game, really, kind of at its core, with some of its, okay, do I really want to, like, shoot around this and empty out all my heat?
Right.
Or do I play a little bit more conservative? And it's finding that balance. Do you guys have any negatives with the game? Because
You first? No?
no,
No, I don't think so.
Well, one thing I hate...
like I love this game, except
They
for
added
everything about it.
They added a French map.
Ugh. No, because on the back is
Oh, there we go.
who cares? This race was the exhibition. It didn't. So there's France.
Oh, so beautiful.
And they tell you what's also really cool. How many spaces there are, how many laps you do. I can't remember what that 5 meant.
It means you can only go that many spaces a turn.
No, it is. Oh, how many corners per lap? So 5 corners.
Did we talk about the corners?
Not really.
I feel like I brought this up last time, but like I really love the thought of the corners and like the reality behind them. That like it's very technical. That you can have like what's very close to a hair point or a hairpin turn versus like just your more wider turns.
Right,
I'm
like
sure I put it better last time.
like
but
on the Great Britain one where it's like that's a 10. It's like okay,
Yeah.
I can like just.
Yeah.
It's barely a turn.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
It's listing lazily to the left. is what
You're
it
driving
is.
with one hand at that point.
Right, you're with your knee, just having a Great
Big
British
Mac.
burger.
Yeah, they love their but whereas this one, you're like white knuckly.
Yeah, you just
Screaming
it's
as
like,
flames.
Oh, shit. And then you just run the risk of like, okay, do I slipstream around that? Like, do I advance because that's just going to increase it?
Right. It's like, that's how you buy yourself. Like, if you can handle a turn just right, that can really buy you some time, but usually you're eating some heat for your trouble. So it's like, you might be paying for it come the straightaway when everyone else has a bigger hand
Yeah.
because they were a little safer.
Because you don't have to. It's not like your deck builder or anything where you have to always toss your whole hand. It's like you can just hold on. You're like, okay, I'll play conservative around these turns. I'll hold on to my 5 and my 4 and my 4, and then boom, and then it's like ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
While you're over there like pouring water on your engine. Just, oh god, it's just so clean. I really don't have any negatives.
The AIs
because-
are kind of BS. Just touch.
Here's the
Oh,
thing,
so let's
They
could be worse.
so that's the module we did play with.
They
That might
definitely.
be salty.
Well, they have an upper hand. It's true.
I don't think so.
I think they don't have like a massive upper hand, but I do think that they have it easier.
I think well, it's because they're AI. They
I
can't
know.
manage like there's so many times, especially in the run through and the game we played before, where it's like, oh, they're gonna move 17. Nope, they're actually moving there.
Yeah.
Like where they just get stuck at a corner, and then it's like, all right, so let's draw it, and okay, it's the red one, and it's right here, so it's only moving 4 because it's on the 0. I love it. I actually, they're so
I mean, it's a cool system.
Easy.
Yeah, that's a very slick
Yeah.
system that they have there with the AIs.
right. Because I feel like if they made it too complex, where it's like, oh no, they have their own deck of cards, and you have to, it's like, no, it's so smart to be like, okay, where are they? All right, it's blue this time. He's not past that line, so he's gonna move 14. Okay, well he can't. There's a corner, so then he just goes up to 1. Because then they try to always make it past the corner, and they can only ever make it past one corner, so it's not like if he's here, he doesn't just zoom 14 spaces past. He would have to stop there. They don't slipstream, they don't accelerate, so they don't
Right.
get the advantages that we can of trying to be like, like, how can I try and, like, weave in between my opponents? And yeah, like, they're good. In the previous run-through, I think an AI got first, and I think I got second, and Keith got third. So, yeah, technically I haven't beaten an AI, but
But they're tricky.
it's
It's
like
close.
1 or 2 spaces away.
Right.
Uh,
One solid slipstream away.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was just one card draw in the run-through, one card draw away. They just happened to bank around. They did the exact same thing you did. They just happened to make it past that 3-corner, then took off. You also took off.
And they did canonically make their, like, hey, these are professionals.
Right, it's the Legends module.
Professionals. Whereas we're just professionals.
And I was able to throw in 3 racers and not sit here and be like, sorry guys, hold on, let me figure out how all 3 of these are moving. Like, it's just...
Yeah, they all have, like, their own mechanics.
Yeah. Oh, well, the green one has this ability. Nope. It's 1 card. They all run off that 1 card. And I feel like that they...
nice.
Now, I will say maybe the Legends module, they kind of fluctuate based off of the map. Because I think the AI won all 3 spots on the USA map.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's barely any turns. It's like 2 turns.
Yeah.
And the rest is all open up. So yeah, when they're moving
Freely.
potentially 17 spots,
God, can we even get that? That's 4 cards. Assuming each one of them is a 4. The best you can do is 16.
5, 4.
Yeah, you could do
4,
3
4.
4s and a 5.
Nope, that's 17.
Yeah, that's...
You have to
playing
hope
their
to get
best
that
hand.
constantly, though.
And I think 17. So their max, they can go 19. But the chances of them going 19 is slim to none. They'd have to be like...
They draw that on the last turn.
Yeah, well, like, they'd have to be, like, 19 is here. For here, they could get all the way to 0. And again, that is, yeah, every card, like, if we had red as the AI, that would be a 19 move. They all have the potential to move 19, but I've never seen them move that fast. And... I think it's great. This is also one thing that you could play this game solo and just be like, okay, and you just pop Legends in, and you're in a competitive race. You want your AI to be competitive, otherwise what's the point of having it?
Exactly, I know.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
rooting for him. There was a point where I wasn't able to get past a certain corner that I'm like, go AI. Go Legends. At least Devin can't get first.
If it can't be me, don't
God.
make him.
If I can slip...
I was really hoping you would have gotten third. Or because how shitty would it have been if you drew like your 1 and you didn't even make it past the finish
God.
line. They all go past.
Well, I was like, I was counting my cards. I was like, I got all my 4s in there. It's
Yeah.
likely.
Yeah, it's just so great. What's the weather?
What's the weather like today?
So like there's, because you can also add road conditions where it's like it adjusts the speed limit, making it 1 higher, makes it lower. If your speed is higher than the speed limit, you cross this corner, the cost in heat is increased by 1. Those are some corner effects. Weather tokens is you have extra stress, like different. Those are weather tokens.
They're like, yeah, we know it's sleeting, but we can't just reschedule this.
Yeah, people came to see something. So there's road condition tokens that has corner effects and sector effects, and then weather tokens, which affects your car setup as well as weather effects. Like, hey, like in this weather, there's a cooling bonus. So +1 cooldown in this sector during the react step.
Cool.
It's just nice that this was not a Kickstarter, and it's like, ooh, I got the Kickstarter extras.
Yeah.
Nope, this is retail.
But I got level A, which means I got...
Right, I get the premium tokens.
I
and
get to go to the
playmat.
camp in the summer, and there's just 7 of us, and
Yeah, it's
Dalai Lama Trevor is going to tell me, how to change my life.
yeah, it's just nice because you don't see these kind of games come out with this much content. just retail anymore. But at the same time,
That's true.
It's kind of hard to get. And the cover is amazing. This is one of my favorite artists. So it just evokes a racing game.
Yeah.
Because there's other racing games. There's one called Downforce, which is like you don't have a particular car. It's more of an auction game. You're betting on which cars are going to win. Now, we've played Downforce before, like a while back. But it's like, so you can play cards to move a certain color, but it's like, I really want this car to win.
Oh, kind of like, what was that? Horse betting game. You know what I mean?
Oh, Long Shot.
Long Shot.
Yeah, a little bit like that. A lot of people like Downforce. I was like, it's whatever. And then there's a really old racing game called Formula D, which had different dice. So you rolled, depending on which gear shift you were in. It's like, I'm at the max gear. It's a D20, but with different values. But that one definitely seems way more limited. It was kind of cumbersome to play. So, yeah, this game just knocks it out of the park. You guys got anything else?
Nope.
All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, Kat, what are you giving Heat Pedal to the Metal?
I think a 9.
9?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at.
I was gonna say I was like I'm either higher or at the same.
I mean, I think I might give it a 10, man.
Really?
For a standalone game. Usually I save that for like my campaign games, but I think this one earned it.
Right.
I really enjoyed this. I was in it the whole time. I had a great time. As much I bitch about the AIs a little bit, but yeah, you got to have them challenging, like you said. No, I really liked the theme, the mechanics. Yeah, I think it's pretty perfect.
Yeah.
I would recommend it to anybody.
No, this is definitely one, and I'm really hoping Days of Wonder supports it. It'd be super... I think they are. There's no way they're not with just the slots ready for 2 extra racers. Map packs. Yeah, they're the whole 9 yards. I'm trying to think. Like... man. I mean, I could give this a 10, honestly, just because... I really don't have any negatives,
right?
Honestly, and especially
the only thing we're missing is a nice soundtrack while we play.
Well, that's what I was. Yeah,
I know we're on video, so
yeah, I'll just get copyrighted and my channel will get shut down. But no, the first time we played this, we did play Initial D music of
and
obviously. Do you like my car? gas! Gonna step on the gas.
Deja vu.
Yeah, 100%, and then you're really into it.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I mean. I think the reason I gave it a 9 is because I haven't tried the upgrade, like the garage module or the. I mean, just the tournament would be fucking cool. But honestly, like, I can't see any reason why I would be like, oh man, that extra stuff sucks. So I am gonna stick at a 9, but probably a 10 when I get to play the garage, like the extra stuff that is already in the box. So. That is our thoughts on Heat Pedal to the Metal, and if we played incorrectly, I don't care at this point. I'm not redoing it. I'll just heart your correction in the comments, and people will know.
Hey,
but
put my car back on top.
You want to go back and have some dirty parking lots?
Ooh, have you changed
Jerry, it's me.
Have you changed your oil lately?
It's looking good, man.
Yeah, you know what I would have done to you? Hey, let's not rule anything out. That's our thoughts on Heat Pedal to the Metal. Let us know what you think of it in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.